There you go. Looking pitiful. His first win. There you have it, guys. Ruben Amorim's first win. Manchester United 3, Bozos 2. No, I'm joking. Respectfully, Manchester United 3, Bodo 2. Yeah, man. You know what? I predicted a 2-0. That's what I predicted. And based on the chances that we created and the opportunities that unfolded today, this game could have easily been a 5-0, a 4-2, because we did give away a few chances ourselves. And we missed a few chances ourselves. Positives straight away. The positives are there is a clear structure, there is a clear system. How many times have we said, looking at watching Ten Hag ball, saying we don't understand what we're trying to do, or whatever we are trying to do, it is wrong and it's not working. That 3-1-6 that everybody has been talking about, it just wasn't working. And we weren't seeing a team that was cohesive. We weren't seeing a team that could keep the ball. We weren't seeing any of these things. And to be successful, your team has to be technically sound enough to keep a hold of the ball. You cannot create a team that can only play on the counter attack. And that's what Ten Hag has done. That's what Ten Hag has done. He's structured a team that mostly plays on a counter. I can't keep the ball. Today, like I said, the positives are we saw a structure, and the structure, when implemented correctly, regardless of, well, of course, we still need the right profiles, but a structure, when implemented correctly, we can keep the players. Even we can keep the ball. Even the players today known that are known for not keeping the ball, that are known for giving the ball away. Yes, they still gave the ball away unnecessarily today. Yes, but we as a team kept the ball better today than I've seen us do it in a long, long time. So, as I said, what I saw the first half, we start. Do you know what? We start the first half of games under Amorim well. Sample size is not big, only 2 games, but both games, Ipswich and today, we started the first half well. Started quickly. We I think we scored very early within the first minute. Once again, same thing as Ipswich. So one thing that's clear is that we, and one thing that's interesting is that both games we scored within the first few minutes, right? Both games. We are pressing a lot better. How how has our pressing improved with just a few training sessions? Think about that, because we had a manager for almost 3 years and we never pressed well. And these are the exact same players we had. The exact same players we had a month ago when we weren't pressing well. These players haven't changed, and all of a sudden we're pressing well. We're pressing well. So we can see the fruits of the manager's labor already. Like I said, first half we started well. We did allow the team into the opposition into the game, but that's always going to happen. You can't be on top all the time, so we have to remember that. I'll be interested to see the stats, actually, the possession stats at the end of the game. But like I said, I enjoyed what I saw today. In the first half, I enjoyed what I saw, even after the changes. And this is what I say. This is why. And I know this is still Bodo, and we have to keep things into perspective. But I'm just going to forget it's Bodo for a second and just talk about what I saw. And what I'm going to say is, even after the changes were made, even after the subs were made, yes, we fell off a little bit, but we didn't fall off fully. And what I'm trying to say is that we want to get in a position where we can make subs, we can make changes. The system continues. Basically, the system is God. The system is king. We make our changes, and nothing really changes. Of course, the personnel are different, but the system and the structure remains the same, and that is what we're seeing, and that's good. So good. It's such a breath of fresh air, because once you have a good system, and this is also important, once you have a good system, if everybody turns up and gives you a 7 out of 10, you win most games. To win most games in a really good system, you just need to turn up and give your 7 out of 10, and that's it. Like Hojlund, once again, he scored 2 goals today and 2 good goals, 2 striker goals, and that's what we want. Regardless of how he's contributing in the game and how he's laying the ball off and how he's bringing others into play, he scored 2 goals today. So his all-round game, it still needs a lot of improvement, but he did what he was asked to do today, and that's score goals, and that's it. So you can't complain about Hojlund. I know a lot of people don't like Hojlund, and I do still feel like Hojlund needs to improve, but he's a striker that scored 2 goals today. Like, what? That's it. And it was 2 good goals. 2 good goals. So, yeah, good performance. Garnacho's performance in the full 90 minutes today, it was okay. I feel like he was a nuisance for the opposition because he's always running, he's always trying to beat his man, but his technical level just for me is not good enough. That chance he had where he put his foot on the ball and he tried to shoot, it just got me so annoyed. Garnacho is one of those players where he's going to score goals and keep getting into the team, but he's going to frustrate me. He's going to frustrate me so much. I can just tell. Bruno was a lot better today, my lord. Bruno playing in a deeper position where he's been asked to be more disciplined. He looks like a different Bruno. Like that is a position now. Bruno and ugarte, the mixture of that doggy defensiveness with ugarte and that positive thinking, forward thinking attitude of Bruno, because Bruno wants to pass the ball forward. He does. But if you tell him no through balls, no crazy passes, just no, keep the ball, because if you lose the ball in a position that you're in, Bruno, we're in trouble. You can lose the ball maybe, well, you shouldn't be losing the ball at all. But you can lose the ball more, of course, as an attacking player. So Bruno playing in that position, that might be his position in the future. Let's watch his space, because we still haven't seen Kobe yet. So we have no idea what the manager thinks of Kobe and how he fits in. We've seen Ahmad twice, and Ahmad's played on the wingback position twice rather than the number 10, which is annoying for me because I want Ahmad as a wingback, but it is what it is. We know Mazzari is going to be one of the defenders. We've seen him play there twice. Malacia today was not good. I don't want to go too hard on Malacia because of course he hasn't played in a year maybe, I don't know. So we need to just take our time with him. But one thing is for sure is that I don't think he's as quick as he used to be. His knee injury has clearly had an effect on his physicality, and like the goal that he conceded, he was just paced out. Like there's nothing he can. If you get paced out, there's nothing you can do. Physicality, like you can't do anything when it comes to pace. However, I will say that he got himself in the position to put in a few good crosses, and every single cross he put into the box was just a failure. It was just not good enough. And today he just looked so rusty. He looked rusty. So unless he improves dramatically, and he could improve because this is his first game back, like, he might get better. But unless he improves dramatically over the next year under Amorim, he could be a player that doesn't survive. Who knows? I've got no problem with the back 3, to be fair. Antony was all right as a fullback. Ahmad is still better than him, but Antony was fine. I would like to see Antony as a fullback and Ahmad as a number 10, but I don't think that will happen. But yeah, all in all, you can slowly start seeing the players that will survive this system that might be good enough to either play in the first team or start on the bench. Like Garnacho might be a player that is a bench player that we bring on, because I don't mind Garnacho coming on for the last 10-15 minutes doing his kamikaze running around thing, but I don't want him to start. Hojlund, once again, I don't need Hojlund to start matches, but Hojlund coming off the bench or starting some games, fine. Because at the end of the day, we now need to do the realization thing. I praise the players objectively because what I saw with my eyes and the system and the shape and how I think they're getting used to the system and how they're improving. But I got to remind myself now that it's Bodø that we're playing, and Bodø are not a good team. And if we played like this, maybe against an Arsenal, it will be a different story. So we still need to put things into perspective now and say that yes, what I'm seeing is good, and I'm happy with what I'm seeing. I'm happy with what I'm hearing from the manager, what I'm seeing from the manager, the systems. We've spoken about it, but this is Bodø, and we need to keep pushing. We need to keep improving. And I do believe if we are to win the league, we do need better players still. So I'm not going to get too carried away. But based on what I'm seeing, I'm happy. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. We're keeping the ball, like I said, better. Let me see the stats quickly before we go. All right, so these are the stats. 20 shots to 7 shots. 73% possession. Why did I say like that? What the heck? 73% possession. That is, I reckon, tell me if I'm wrong, comment below. That might be the highest possession stat we've had all season. Potentially the highest possession stat we've had for years. I can't remember the last time we've had over 70% possession. Also, we got to understand that with that amount of possession, the fact that we only had 6 shots on target and they had 4, the fact that we only won 3-2, even though we dominate the game territorially, we had 2.5 times more passes than they did. Our pass accuracy today was 91%. 91% pass accuracy. I mean, that's so we're moving in the right direction. We are moving in the right direction. If we can maintain these sort of stats, maintain this kind of football, and then build on it and improve, yeah, you can see why. You can see why this manager, once he gets a team, you can see why he's successful. Anyway, guys, who was your man in the match? Let me know what you guys thought. For me, you played well today. Hojlund scored 2 goals today, but do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give it to Bruno. And I can't believe I'm going to give it to Bruno. This is crazy. Someone's put a spell on me. But I like what I saw Bruno do today. Bruno, he didn't do any. I don't feel like he did much wrong today. Did 1 or 2 shots randomly that I didn't like from weird positions. But he was very economical with the ball. I don't recall him losing it that much. He found his man more often. He played a few good, nice balls, through balls when he had to, when he needed to, when they were obvious, which is what you want. I don't remember him losing the ball. I want to know what Bruno's individual stats are. Yeah, I bet. Yeah. I bet Bruno. Congratulations. Yeah. Right then. Congratulations on your first win. When we spoke, you said it was going to be special experiencing Old Trafford for the first time, but only if you won the game. So, happy? Yeah. Of course, I see what everybody sees. Good moments, difficult moments, some confusion in the end. Yeah, I mean, I can't find individual stats right now. I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to, but if someone could find his individual stats, comment below. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what his individual stats are in terms of his possession stats. Anyway, guys, it's been lovely. Thank you for joining. As usual, let me see if there's any more comments for me to respond to before I go. Oh, Kanga, someone new just Passing through, yo, just discovered you, bro. Thoughts on Garnacho? I think he's been poor in the box when it comes to finishing chances. Um, my thoughts on Garnacho. I've got loads of thoughts on Garnacho, but I think Garnacho's technical ability is not high enough for me to start in the number 10 position. Like, he's a winger, right? He's all about pace, running behind. And I feel like to play in the number 10 position, the way that Amorim wants you to play, you got to be able to play with your back to goal. You got to be able to play facing the goal. You got to be able to play side on. You got to be a number 10. That's why it's called a number 10 position, which means you got to be able to go inside, go outside, drop deep, have a good first touch, be comfortable, just everywhere in any position. And that is not Garnacho. If you watch Garnacho and the way he plays that number 10 inside position, he still plays it the same way he plays that wing position. He plays it the same. And that's I reckon it's because Amorim doesn't want to change too much. He probably wants him to play a bit more inside and do a bit more. And that might come, but I don't think he has the technical ability to do that. I think the system will hide a lot of players' deficiencies. And I think the system might hide some of his deficiencies. But the thing about Garnacho, he's so hit and miss when it comes to his finishing. Like, 1 minute he'll score a bicycle kick and score a goal in top corner. Next minute he'll put his foot on the ball like he did in that chance and just hoof the ball over the bar. I don't know. I feel like there are some things with Garnacho I don't feel like will improve. And there are some things I feel like will improve with coaching. And I don't think he's not a finisher. Like, he's not a finisher. He will score goals, Garnacho, but he's not a finisher. And his decision making is just not good enough. But can you improve decision making? You can a little bit. And you can with some players. I don't know how much you can improve with Garnacho, but we will see. You know what? The coach, the manager clearly likes him, man. The manager clearly likes Garnacho. And funny thing is, I thought he would be one of the players that would face a chop. But he's scoring goals and he keeps playing 90-minute games and the manager keeps playing him. So if you're not a Garnacho fan, you're just going to have to bear with it. But at the end of the day, if we win, then it doesn't matter. Because, you know, we don't have biases out here. But it is what it is, guys. Anyway, like I said, guys, thank you for joining. The poll is closed as well. Yeah, Danny. Do you know what? I like that. The one thing I will say about managers who like are ruthless like that, I need him to be like that with everybody, including the Brunos if he has to, and the Garnachos if he has to. I don't want him to be that way with players because he feels like he can. I feel like a lot of managers, yeah, when they come into a team, they almost get a feel, yeah, of the players they can take the piss out of and the players that they shouldn't take the piss out of. It's almost as they get told like the hierarchy. And that's why I feel like Garnacho hasn't played well in the 2 games that we've seen. He was terrible in the first game. And he wasn't that good in this game. But he's played practically 90 minutes while other players are getting hooked. So I'm just conscious that I don't care. Like, my favorite player is CASEMIRO. And CASEMIRO got hooked. I got to hold that. I'll be like, listen, I got my favorites here, but if my favorite guys aren't playing football, aren't playing well, hook them. That's what I want. I want that consistency because the players will always see that. The players are human. Like, in the change rooms, they're gonna talk about it. Oh, how come this player plays rubbish? And when favoritism comes back again, it's gonna be a madness. So I just hope that all the players have really. Well, I don't think any of for me, none of the players shouldn't have a blank slate because a lot of these players got the manager sacked, got Ten Hag sacked, so they shouldn't really have a blank slate. But let's say they do have a blank slate. If you're gonna give them all the blank slate, then give them all the blank slate. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want. There's fairness, you know. But yeah, you're right. Goals equals games. But everyone, my thing is always this conversation is always going to be the means to the ends or the ends to the means. Because my response to that is always going to be if you play good football, you always score goals. It's not the person who scores is irrelevant. Like Raheem Sterling scored 20 goals for Man City. It's not because Raheem Sterling was a great goal scorer. It's because the system meant that Raheem Sterling was always at the back post scoring goals. The system means that Garnacho will be at the back post. Whoever he played in that position is going to be scoring goals. The system is king. So I want people to get out. People are always like, we have to play this player because this player scores goals. And I'm always like, well, if you've got a system, it's not the who is not important because you're always going to score goals. That's how mediocre players survive, by playing rubbish, turning up with a goal in the 91st minute. That one goal justifies their whole performance. We keep playing them and we play terribly because they're not good, but they turn up with a goal. So it's like, I'd rather play good football and the goals will come. If the front three score 15 goals each, cool. If one man scores 30 goals, cool. Sometimes it's not about who. You know, that's how I see football. Because at the end of the day, we've sold Van Nistelrooy and we still scored goals. We sold Van Persie and we still scored goals. We sold Ronaldo and we still scored goals. We sold every single player we've ever had and replaced them with other players, and we go on to score. The who, that shows the who is never important. It's always, goals will always be scored. You know? But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah, guys, it's been lovely. As I've said before, it's a new channel, brand new channel. Thanks for passing through. Thanks for asking questions. Comment below. Let me know what you thought of the game, because we see football differently and it's all about conversation. You know what I'm saying? I think United are on the right track. I think this manager is a good manager. So I'm optimistic. I'm quietly optimistic. I'm not like Saeed and some of these guys that's, you know, overly gassed. Let's see the manager. Let the manager continue to cook, continue to observe what he's doing, continue to critique, and let's see where we go. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Anyway, should Amorim keep starting Garnacho? 80% said no, he shouldn't. Do you know what I want to see? I want to see Ahmad and Kobe. But Garnacho's energy, I can see it. Garnacho's energy and his franticness. That's why he's playing him. But I want to see Ahmad as a right 10 and Kobe Mino as the left 10 behind maybe Hojlund or whoever. That's what I want to see. Just do that for me one time. You know, when the new manager comes in and you have all these fantasy like formations in your head and you're just hoping that this new manager just executes your fantasy. Like, please, just play all the strikers up front and play all the defenders in midfield and play like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. And when he comes in and he's not doing what you want him to do, you're like, oh, this manager, oh. But that's it. You got to back him. You got to back this guy. And I back him. Like I said, he's not going to play my favorites, but I back this guy. So it is what it is, guys. Anyway, like I said, guys, thanks for watching. Share the video, like, subscribe, and all of that. I'll be back on Sunday. Next game, right? I think it's Sunday. All right. no, it's funny. No, obviously not like not like a madness, obviously. But you know, like when a new manager comes in and you're like, no, Garnacho needs to hold bench. This new manager will come in and he will see that Garnacho is dead food, and then he comes in and he starts him, and you're like, no, what is this? What is this manager seeing that I can't see? That's what I mean. It's like everybody's got like their style of football and their players that will fit into their style. Everyone's got their opinions in it. So I always say a new manager will always come in and they'll never give you all what you want. Like he'll give you 90% of what you want, and he'll always play that one player or something that you don't like. But it is what it is. It's football. So anyway, guys, peace out, man. We'll see you guys in the next game on Sunday.